everyone! Today we are diving into one of the biggest financial scandals in modern history, the LIBOR Scandal. You might have heard about it, or maybe it's news to you, but this event shook the global economy and impacted our everyday lives more than most people realize. So, what happens when interest rates are manipulated? Who benefited and who lost? That's what we are going to uncover today. Let's get started. Alright, first thing first, what exactly is LIBOR? LIBOR stands for the London Interbank Offered Rate. Basically, it's the interest rate that banks charge each other for short-term loans, but here's the thing. LIBOR isn't just some random financial number. It's used to set the rates for over $350 trillion worth of loans, mortgages, and financial contracts worldwide. So, if you have ever had a mortgage or student loan or even a credit card, LIBOR probably affected you. It's a key part of the financial system, and that's what makes the scandal so huge. So, what went down with the LIBOR scandal? Back in 2012, it came to a light that a group of major banks, some of the biggest names like Barclays, UBS, and Deutsche Bank, had been colluding to manipulate the LIBOR rate. Yep, you heard that right. These banks were submitting false information about what interest rate they were being charged, which caused LIBOR to be artificially high or low. And why did they do this? To make money, of course. By manipulating LIBOR, these banks were able to profit from trades and financial products tied to the rate. Meanwhile, everyday people whose loans and savings were impacted were the ones paying the price. Now, you are probably wondering, how did these banks get away with manipulating such a huge part of the financial system? Well, the problem was that LIBOR was based on estimates provided by the banks themselves, and there wasn't a whole lot of oversight. These banks basically had free rein to report whatever rates they wanted. Think about it. If you're a bank and you know what LIBOR will be tomorrow, you can use that knowledge to trade and make a killing in the market. That's what they were doing, and it was like an insider trading on a global scale, and it went on years before anyone caught on. Alright, so the scandal broke. People got caught, but what happened next? Well, the banks involved were slapped with some pretty big fines. Barclays alone had to pay $450 million in penalties. Sounds like a lot, right? But for a bank that big, it's basically pocket change. And here's where things get even more frustrating. Very few individuals were held accountable. A couple of traders faced charges, but most of the top executives just quietly resigned or moved on to other companies. It's one of those cases where the institutions were punished, but the people responsible, not so much. So, why should you care about this scandal? Well, because LIBOR is so central to global finance, this manipulation didn't just affect big investors and banks. It hit regular people. Mortgages, loans, credit card interest, all of these were impacted by LIBOR's fluctuations. If the rate was manipulated higher, you ended up paying more. If it was manipulated lower, your savings earned less interest. In other words, while the banks were ranking in billions, everyday folks like us were losing out. So, the big question is the financial system rigged? The LIBOR scandal definitely makes it feel that way, right? When some of the biggest banks in the world can manipulate interest rates with little to no oversight, it really makes you question how much of the financial system we can trust. And here's the thing, LIBOR was still in use for years after the scandal broke. It's only recently been phased out in favor of other benchmarks. But reality is, this kind of manipulation could be happening in other areas we don't even know about yet. So, what do you think? Does the LIBOR scandal make you trust financial system a little less? It's wild to think how much our daily lives, loans, mortgages, savings were influenced by a rate that was being manipulated behind closed doors. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dives into financial mysteries and scandals. And drop a comment below. What do you think about this whole situation? Are there any other financial manipulations we haven't uncovered yet? Let's talk about it. Until next time!